number one.
And there is someone who is sharing her experience, and I think it's really important for us to listen to her because I think more of these kind of shared stories will help us get out of this pandemic. And this is from Ferry County in north central Washington. That is one of several counties who are right now in phase 2 of our reopening plan. But as you know, they voluntarily rolled back after a super spreader event in the town of Republic. And Natalie Medina was working as a karaoke DJ at that party at the Eagles Club in April. And now on Facebook, she shared her experience after she and about 100 other people got sick.
Don't roll your eyes when I say it. I'm going to say it. COVID. Yeah, we're sick of hearing about COVID. But that's because we've been hearing about it for a year and a half and haven't really been touched by it until now. So don't let me lose you real quick. Come back. Stay here. I really want to tell you this. 3 weeks ago, I thought I was going to die. I had surgery, major surgery, and I came out of surgery and got tested because of being exposed to COVID, and I had COVID. So I went like a whole week with my heart rate at 49. I thought I was going to die legit, guys, and it was scary.
Okay, so I don't know how old she is, but she looks like she might be in her mid-30s, and she says that she wishes she could go back in time.
I really feel bad about it. If I could go back and change it, I would, because people that were here 3-4 weeks ago when we had the event are no longer here today, and that makes me really sad. I've done a lot of thinking and a lot of changing my mind since I got COVID. I used to say I have rights. I can go without wearing a mask, not because I wanted people to die, just because there was no COVID around here for so long that it seemed ridiculous. It's no longer about rights. I feel like it was kind of shoved down our throats to make it political, and it's not about politics, guys. It's legit. Like, our neighbors and our family and our friends are getting super sick, and some of them are dying.
And she is now begging people to take precautions and get vaccinated.
When you're close to dying from something that you've been just kind of rolling your eyes about for a whole year, you feel really stupid. So don't be Natalie. Don't feel stupid. Take it seriously.
And I wanted to make sure that we shared her story because I think that is what is going to make the difference at this point. I believe that everyone who was really willing to get the vaccine, for the most part, has gotten it. So now we're at the point of trying to convince those who are on the fence about it, still wanting to know more information about it, or also the people who have said, hey, this is nothing more than the flu, and are still treating it as if they don't need to take precautions. There are these variants, there are these things, and it's still circulating. And I am learning of more and more people that I know in my closer inner circle who are getting sick now this far into the pandemic. And I think it would just help to share their stories.
It really would. And first of all, I'm grateful that she gave her testimony and to tell that story, because I believe that she's going to help someone. And more stories like hers need to be told because it will help someone. It reminds me it's like being a parent, and maybe, Ursula, I can relate this to all parents that are listening right now, or maybe you aren't a parent. Maybe you have parents or had parents. Ursula, has there ever been times that you've been telling your kids something, and you've been telling them and telling them and telling them, and then one day someone else tells them, and they're like, Mom, Dad, listen to what they said. You know what? I agree with them. And you're like, I've been telling you that the entire time.
Yes, because they're deaf to it, because they're so used to you nagging at them all the time, that it needs to really come from someone who was enlightened or someone whose mind was changed because of something that happened.
Come on. So this stories and those of others, I believe that there's someone listening right now that has says, yeah, I had to learn my lesson, or I had a loved one or a friend and I learned my lesson through that. See, that's the beauty in storytelling. That's the beauty in time and history. We all can learn something through this pandemic. And so I hope many more people, Ursula, take their personal experience and share them so that others have an opportunity to be helped by that. And I believe that that person that just told that story, I believe that her words are 10 times more powerful than anything that Dr. Angela Rasmussen has to say, and she studies infectious disease.
Well, and not only that, but I think that also we need to just let people know that there's no shame in changing your mind. If you initially thought one thing, and then the more and more, I mean, there are times where I say, you know what, I was convinced about this, and just given what we've learned, I've changed my mind about this, and I know that there are people who are still going back to, do you remember when Dr. Fauci said that masks don't work? Again, a lot of things change the more you get to know. Yes, it's not linear. Yes, there's conflicting information. But again, the more people who share their stories, the better.
Number 2.